Hey youngins, it's Grandpa here, back with a holiday episode of Grandpa Cooks. We're making pumpkin pie. You know, it's Thanksgiving time, so this is pumpkin pie for people who don't even like pumpkin pie. Here's the trick. There's not that much pumpkin in there. Alright, let's get started. First, I got the crust. I unrolled them. These aren't homemade. I unrolled them and put them in a pan. I might put a little bit of flour on top just so they don't get too wet, because this is going to be a pretty wet filling here we got. Alright, so I got my 4 eggs in here. I'm going to start beating these up and get your oven on 450. And this is more like a pumpkin custard pie. 2 pies, only 2 cups of pumpkin. Alright, let's get going. Alright, I got my eggs beat up. I'm going to add my 2 cups of pumpkin. Alright, pumpkin's looking good, getting all mixed in with the eggs. Now we're going to add 1.5 cups of sugar. Alright, last bit of sugar going in here. Now we're going to get the spices. Make sure your spices are fresh. You don't want to put no old 5-year-old spices in here. Alright, so we got about a teaspoon of salt. And we're going to do a teaspoon of cinnamon. A 1/2 teaspoon ginger. Ooh, that's fresh. That smells good. And a 3/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. I'm going off Grandma's recipe here. I'm going to add about 1/8 teaspoon of allspice too. Grandpa likes a little spicy. You know what I'm saying? And then we're going to add about 1/4 cup of flour. That's all the flour. We're going to add a can of evaporated milk and 1.5 cups of milk. And that's all the flour. Because the flour and the eggs, that'll thicken it. It's going to be like a custardy pumpkin pie. Alright, in go the can of evaporated milk. We'll let that get mixed in. Well, that's getting soupy. Looks like pumpkin soup. Alright, and then 1.5 cups of milk. Now don't be skimping and put no skim milk in here. This is dessert, crying out loud. Get you some good milk. Maybe some whole milk. I'll add this in here. Man, this looks wet. Don't worry. It'll set up. Got the oven on 450. And it's going to go for the first, let's say, I don't know, first 13 minutes or so at 450. Then we're going to put it back down to 325 for about 50 to 60 minutes until it gets all set in the middle. Alright, let me pour them in here. Like I said, I put a little bit of flour in the bottom. And this is going to look awful runny. I'm going to try to split it up pretty good here between these 2 pies. I bet you're thinking right now, Grandpa, there ain't no way that pie gonna set up. That is way too runny. You watch, it will. I promise you it'll set up. I'm gonna try to get them about even here. So we don't have one big fat pie and one little skinny pie. You're gonna get it filled almost to the top. These pie crusts here. I think that's about all she can hold. Alrighty. Now we're going in the oven. Carefully. Well, let's take a looky here at these pies. They've been in about 50 minutes. They might need to go maybe 5-10 more. They're still a little jiggly in the middle. Alright, there you have it. Pies are out of the oven. Now we gotta let them cool for a good long time. Then refrigerate them. Hey youngins, back here, Grandpa. We got the pie. Got slice number 1. Look at that. Nice, soft, custardy pumpkin pie. Now to finish it, gotta hit it with a little, little ready whip. Maybe a shake of cinnamon. Look at that. That is fantastic.